Welcome back to the Coy Bak'n Show. In today's episode, we're going to go over this 5x5 and the two 4x4s that we got growing in this series here. The last 4x4 back in the laundry room, today is harvest day. So when we get back there, chop chop. But we're going to start over here in the 5x5 with these Mighty Hose Phenos 1 through 4, and they are doing great. Now in the past weeks, I've heard quite a few comments about my pH and my light being too high in the tent. And I knew that, and the commenters that made those comments, you might have not seen the previous videos. A couple of y'all said y'all were new subscribers, so you might have not seen the old videos that led up to this problem. So I did mention how I got to this and why the plants look like this, and I'm not going to go through all that again in this video. But if you go back to my old videos, just go back about 2 or 3 videos, you'll hear why and how we got to this point here. But today we're doing great. It's recovered big time. As you can see, we got nice development. I do have my humidifier still blowing in here because the humidity is getting really low. It's super cold in this area in Baltimore, and the humidity in the area, if I don't have a humidifier on, it's going to drop down into the 20s. Now, I'm gonna wait about another week or so before I turn the humidifier off completely. It won't need it anymore, but it's definitely kept the humidity at the right point here in the tent for the last few weeks pretty much since I had that in here. So look at the plants. The green is coming back in the plants now. And this one here and this one back here were the worst two that I had. And as you can see, the leaves aren't as dark as this one over here, but it doesn't need to be. It's definitely darker than it was about a week ago, and which is cool. The nitrogen, obviously the plant is starting to get a little bit of the nitrogen back. And also a commenter mentioned about, I said to him, I was having a magnesium problem, especially in this plant here. And they mentioned using Epsom salt. Yes, I definitely can use Epsom salt, and that definitely does work. But the cow mag in my situation helped a little bit more because each one of my plants in here were deficient in nitrogen. So the cow mag does have a little nitrogen in it. So we hit it with that. And I think that, along with correcting my pH in my reservoir and keeping it corrected, and I keep it right now, it's staying between 5.6 and 6.2, excuse me. Anywhere in that ballpark there I've been rocking with. And it seems to be working out pretty well. You remember a couple videos ago, this plant back here in this corner was doing horrible. I didn't think it was going to amount to much of anything because it was so slow of growing, and it was going through so many deficiencies. But it has since recovered. I still got some of them burnt leaves in there, but I can't do nothing about that. You'll never bring the leaf back. But like I've said in the past, I'm not growing leaves, I'm growing buds. So it's definitely starting to develop nicely. It's not going to do as well as it could have done, but I'm cool with that because right after this 10 here, the next 4x4 is running these same identical phenos 1 through 4 of the Mighty Ho. I'm running them right over there in that 4x4 over there, and we're running them back again. And we won't have the problems that we had with this one here with the stretching and all the other stuff I had going on. Hopefully, because remember I'm in the auto pots over there, and I was having a problem with the auto pots, but hopefully I'll have it dialed in this time around. But for these plants here, we are doing fantastic. No complaints. Week 7 of flower. Should have a good harvest. Not a great harvest, as well as she could have, but I'm still gonna be satisfied for what we getting here. Smells fantastic. The smells of dynamite. But this one pheno here, as you can still see, I still got the red stems all in here. I could not correct that to save my life. And maybe it's just meant to be that way because the other 3, as you can see, I don't have any of those red stems in it. So that's all right. Doing great. Nice, dense buds starting to develop. And this one here was the one that was doing the best. About 3 weeks ago, these buds here were already developing, and the other ones were a lot further behind. This one right next to it has since caught up. These are nice, hard buds for week 7. Nice, hard buds. Great smell. So, again, should get a good harvest out of here, and hopefully we don't have any more problems the rest of the way. 3 weeks to go, the rest of week 7, 8, and 9, and then we're gonna harvest these girls here. Let's take a look over at the 4x4 and see what they're doing over in the auto pots. All right, now over here in the 4x4, as you can see, the plants are doing great, and we have a visitor today, my dog Kiwi. Y'all seen her in the other videos. she decided to come lay in her bed while I was doing the video, so she wanted a little screen time too. But as I said, these plants are doing fantastic. This is phenos 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the ones that we just looked at in the 5x5. As you can see, these are doing fantastic so far. No issues whatsoever. Got a little red in the stems, but the cow mag, I will be feeding these again tomorrow. And I got these take a little bit more cow mag, and that should correct the little red in the stems. But if you look at the leaf structure, everything is wide open, sitting nice and flat, and they're absorbing all the light that it possibly can get, and they look pretty damn happy. Now, the auto pot system is not on yet. Now, remember last week when I told you, they said when you start this, you want the first 7 to 10 days, you want to be in you want to top feed or top water these plants, and that's what I've done. I put these in here on the 12th, and the day is the 17th, so we don't have a full week of watering these yet, but that's what I've been doing, watering them from the top, and so far so good. And hopefully we can keep it that way this time around. Once we turn this off, the reservoir on over here, we don't have the problems that I had before. I won't be doing what I did the last time around by adding the silica and the cow mag into this reservoir. It'll only be the Floraflex Veg 1 and Veg 2. And that's it, that's going in the reservoir. Any of the cow mag and the silica, the power side, I'll be top feeding that once or twice a week if it's needed. The silica definitely for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna cut that out when we shoot off in the flower, maybe after the second week of flower. Cow mag, as you know, that goes a little deeper in the flower, probably week 5, at the latest week 6. But that's it. Plants are doing great. The light level right now at the top of the canopy, the PPFD, I got it at 600. So far the plants seem to like it that way, and we're gonna rock that. You know, the light is still all the way up here, didn't move it down. All I'm doing is adjusting the light level. So far, plants are doing great. Next week, we'll see what these girls look like. And as a matter of fact, I believe I'm gonna get these maybe one more week, 5 to 7 days, and I'm gonna flip these girls in the flower, because they're starting to get a nice size height on them, and I don't want them to get too big. And I know these mighty hoes take off and they stretch. You remember what the 5x5 looked like. Now, part of it was my fault because I let them go on veg 2 weeks longer than I was supposed to, but they still do stretch. Action Jackson, the breeder here, said the mighty hoes stretch, and he wasn't lying. But we're gonna check out this last 4x4 that has mighty hoes in them. And these two here didn't stretch, the phenos 5 and 6. But they look dynamite, and they're definitely ready to come down today. So let's go take a look at the 4x4. Oh, and the 2x4 that's in there, because we got that mighty hoe pheno number 6 and that 2x4 in there. So let's go take a look at those. All right, back here in the laundry room, we got the 2x4 over here on my right, and the 4x4, which you can already cut down here on the left. But before we get into that, I ordered some new seeds from 2020 Mendocino. Can you see that? And they've been, you know, it's a pretty good breeder. I had something I saw on their site, and I wanted to get it for a little while, so I finally got it. And that's this pack of, let me let you see that, the Bubble Whip. If you go on their site and take a look at it, this is for Frosty Girl. And I seen one other person growing it, and I seen how dynamite it came out. So I wanted to get me a pack, so I finally got it. So we will be implementing this one here real soon. I ran these here, these Mighty Hoes and Simple Jacks. It's going to be their 3rd run here soon. So after that, I don't want to run them no more. If I need to keep it, I'll keep it a pheno or 2. But I want to keep on rotating new stuff in. And now, once you order that, Mendocino send you a freebie. And the freebie I got, put this down, it's called Femme Fatale. That is a cross of Curve Breaker times Girl Crush. So they send you a couple feminized freebies, and I'm going to toss those in here too when I run the other ones and see what we get that's new out of that run there. But let's get into the tents. Now over here in the 2x4, if you remember this from last week, the Mighty Hoe, pheno number 6. I have this same one right behind me that I'm getting ready to cut down. But since the last time you've seen her, if you notice here, I super cropped the hell out this girl. You see this, the branches all bent down now? So I topped her and opened up all these branches here. Bent them down to the side because it started going up and I wanted it to spread out a little bit more. If I was debating that I want to put another plant in here with her and run her out, or just train her to get as wide as she can and just let her stay in here by herself. And I think that's what I'm gonna wind up doing. So it looks like it's getting wider and wider every day that I come in here. The leaves are praying up to the, not praying, but they're nice and flat and absorbing as much light as possible. So the plant looks great. So I'm probably gonna keep it just like that. Just let it grow maybe another week or so and flip her to flower the same time I flip that 4x4 that we just left out of the auto pot tent. Had them two on the same light schedule in the flower. So that's what she looks like this week. She looks great. Got to put a little water in her humidifier, but other than that, no problems whatsoever. Now over here in the 4x4, we looked at these girls last week, day 56, and at that time, the other 4x4 still had the simple jacks that we had all the problems with, and I cut those down, and they have been drying for the week. So I cut them down at day 57. This is day 63 of this one here. And as you can see, they look done. I mean, look at that 6 back there in the corner. That's the Mighty Hoe. Look how those leaves turn dark like they did, a dark purplish. So yeah, the plant finished out beautifully, all 4 of these plants. No complaints on these whatsoever. The other 2 tents, I had all kind of issues with the same strains. These 2 strains in here, the Mighty Hoe and the Simple Jacks. But these phenos here, phenos 5 and 6 of each one of these strains, did fantastic. I mean, the bud set, look at the structure on each one of these plants, no complaints. Plenty weight on these plants here. Even the small one, which you're looking at right there, that's the smallest plant in here, and that's the Simple Jack pheno number 5. And that's the only one I don't have a cut of, but that's okay. I was thinking about re-vegging her, but there's no need. The pheno number 6 and the pheno number 5 are so close to one another that I don't think is necessary. So, and look at that, that's the Simple Jack that we're looking at here. Look how that main stalk is there. I mean, she just flows straight down. Yeah, I mean, we got buds everywhere on that plant. So this has been a hell of a run. My little drip system that I made here did fantastic. So we definitely gonna run this back one more time the same way. I have 4 plants already repotted and ready to go in here. Only thing different this time when we do it, when I reset this tent here, the pots are going to be in a 2-gallon because my 3-gallon pots I was using and I didn't have enough to rotate them back around. So I said, no big deal. As long as they're in an automated system, I'll just increase the feedings and we should still have the same results. So let's take a look at the trichomes before we cut these down. I'm gonna slide over here and we're gonna take a look at, let's just start with the Simple Jack right up here in the front. Right there. Now look at the trichomes on that. Some clear, mostly cloudy. A few ambers in there. If I can zoom in just a little bit, I don't want to lose focus. But let me repoint the camera. Like, look at that right there. Look at all that cloudy in there. Nice, it's a few ambers up in there. I could possibly let this go a little longer, but there's no need to. I'm looking for more cloudy than I'm looking for amber. And I got all cloudy in that shot right there. Let me take a look at the, that was the Simple Jack we just looked at. Let's take a look at this Mighty Hoe. There we go. Now the Mighty Hoe, further along, you can see is way more amber in that plant. I probably could have cut this one down last week. But there's some trichomes look beautiful and nice fat heads. This one here might be a good washer. We find one more spot on this Mighty Hoe and then we're gonna go ahead and cut her down. This is another bud. See, it's not as clear. But you get the idea. See if I can move it a little bit. There you go. Yeah, so she's definitely ready to come down. Trichomes look good. So we'll get to work and cut her down. We'll cut all 4 of them down. Now what I'm gonna do is just like I did the last week when we cut them down, I'm just gonna pull the stickers off of the pots and place them right there on one of the stems of the plant, cut them down and go hang them up in the bathroom. Now the one thing that I was hoping I didn't have to deal with, and I wanna reset this tent and use it. If not, I would just dry these plants right here. But I need this tent, so I need to put these in the bathroom. But in the bathroom, I have the 4 plants from last week that I cut down. Those simple jacks, phenos 1 through 4. And phenos 1 and 2 are dry. So they were the smaller plants, took them a week to dry. They can definitely be trimmed up and we'll probably get around to them this evening sometime. But the other 2 phenos, the ones that were in the back, the bigger ones, they're not dry yet. They need a couple more days. Now, normally what you would do, once you cut down plants, you want to put them in a room by themselves and start them off. But since those have been in there already, and I need to add these to that, this is going to bring more humidity to the bathroom. Now, granted, we are deep in the winter, and there's no humidity around here now, unless you bring it to your tent, to the bathroom. I have a humidifier in there pumping nonstop to keep extra humidity in there. But when I turn it off, the humidity automatically drops all the way down into like the 20s and teens. But I've been able to keep it in the upper 50s, and a couple times it went up into the 60s. So that's pretty much where we want it at anyway. The temperatures are great, and they maintain the 60s the whole time. So, like I said, once I put these in here, it's going to more than likely raise the humidity and probably put some moisture back into the plants that are drying in, the last 2 plants, which I don't really care about. I mean, I care, but it can stay in there a little longer and dry nice and slow. I have no problem with that there. But I'm going to just, like I said, phenos 1 and 2, them small ones, they're coming out of there. Them other ones, they can stay along with these 4 here. So that's enough of that rambling on about the plants and how we situating and drying them. Let me get them cut down and get them in the room. All right, here's pheno number 6 out of the simple jack. Beautiful, beautiful structure. A lot of weight on this plant. Smells fantastic. And as you can see, the way this plant is shaking, there's some weight on this. Definitely some good weight on this. Let me get this one hung up. I'll be right back. This is that Mighty Ho, pheno number 5. That smell. If she tastes anything like she smells, this is gonna be a winner. Smallest plant in the tent, but definitely got some weight on it. Let me get her hung up. I just realized I didn't turn the fans off. So if you heard a little extra noise, that's what it is. Sorry about that. But this is the Mighty Ho pheno number 6. And this girl is heavy. And this is the reason why I put the pheno number 6 over here. Smells fantastic, nice weight on her. She's the heaviest plant so far. So I figured definitely run that one back. Damn, she got a hell of a smell. Let me get this one hung up. All right, this is the simple jack, pheno number 5. It's the last plant in there. Good weight on her. She doesn't weigh as much as that last one, that last Mighty Ho, but still good weight on her. Nice nug set, nice thick and big. Should be a hell of a harvest. So let me get this one hung up, and we'll give you a look at the bathroom where I got everything hung up, and we can end this video. See my dog over there? She just the laziest thing over there, just chilling and relaxing. Well, she lives the great life. But yeah, this is what the plants look like here in the bathroom. The top 4 plants up here are the ones we just cut down, and the 2 that's down here in the bottom, these are the ones from last week. They're simple jacks that are still here drying up. These need a few more days to dry, and they should be good. Now, one thing I did hide in here Now that I put these plants up here, I forgot to move. Oh, there it is back there. I think I heard it. Oh, here it go. Trying to keep an eye on the temperatures and the humidity. Now it's 68 right now because we've had the door open for a little while. But once we close the door back, it'll drop back down to 65, 64 in that ballpark there. Humidity right now is at 57. I got my humidifier going right here, and it's keeping it right up into that 60 ballpark. So we should be doing real good the rest of the way getting these dried up. These damn plants stink, I know that. They are strong. So that's what that's what the bathroom looks like right now. I'm gonna give you a look at the 2 plants that are dry before I end the video and show you how small they were, that they are now that they are dried up. And that's the Simple Jacks, my problem child plants from the last run. But I try to be transparent and show you everything. So let me give you a look at those plants right quick before we end this video. All right, and these are the 2 Mighty Hoes, that Phenos 1 and 2, that didn't do well whatsoever. Now they're dried up. This was the smallest one, and as you can see, and I've cut a couple pieces off here because I wanted to taste how she tasted. And it's good weed, damn good weed. But I did such a bad job of growing her. Like I said to you when we did the harvest, we probably not expecting nothing but maybe an ounce out of this plant, and that's pretty much all we're going to get. The one next to her, maybe an ounce and a quarter. Not very much very much more than that. And I told y'all that's all I was going to get. It was a bad run. But as you can see, the ones I just hung up in there, those 4 there, they're going to get way more than an ounce or 2 ounces or whatever this is. But I just want y'all to see what the plants look like. I'm not even going to do a weigh-in on these because it's not even worth the time. I will do a smoke review on them and let y'all know how they smoke, taste, the whole 9. But yeah, the hell with a weigh-in in this. This is just a waste of time. But that's all I have for you in this week's video. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next one, stay baked.